What's up, YouTube? Hold on. What's up, YouTube? I'm back. Get another video. Today, react to 5 bets of the 2021 NBA playoffs. Make sure to subscribe, like, comment, share, hit the notification bell, man. Sorry for these few reactions will be a little weird, so it ain't gonna be my Chromebook. It's gonna be on the PC. So react to 5 best players of the 2021 NBA playoffs. Let's check it out.
Other than a multitude of injuries, the
And
2021 playoffs did not
sports, by the
disappoint
way,
and provided us with many heroic performances, flashy moves.
Bro, let me see the quality, bro. I'm not used to this at all. I'm not used to making videos on here. Ooh, 360. Let's put that at 720. It'd be better quality.
Moves, game winners, and some surprising outcomes. It was extremely hard to select the 5 very best players of the 2021 playoffs. So with each player, we also named at least one honorable mention.
Okay.
Number 5, Luka Doncic.
Luka
Doncic is arguably the best European player ever, even though he's only 22 and doesn't yet have the accolades of Nowitzki, Gasol, or Parker. Even though he's still extremely young, Luka is already a top 5 player in the league, and it's not a question if he'll win an MVP in the future, but how many he is going to win. He played these playoffs like a queen on the chessboard, controlling the pace, manipulating space, bullying small defenders, and
he got eliminated in the first round by the Clippers.
Despite his team not advancing, it sure wasn't because of Luka, who had 3 40-point outings in the 7-game series against the Clippers in the first round, in a Game 5 victory that gave Dallas a 3-2 series lead. Luka scored 42 points with 8 rebounds and 14 assists. Slovenian wonderkind scored or assisted on 31 out of 37 Dallas field goals, and to say that he defeated the Clippers single-handedly is almost an understatement. Unfortunately for Luka and the Mavericks, the Clippers coach Ty Lue somehow invented Terrence Mann and resurrected Reggie Jackson from the dead, which proved to be the winning formula next to Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. Luka scored 46 with 14 assists in the final game, but he couldn't defeat LA by himself. Even though he lost the first round to the Clippers for the 2nd consecutive season, Luka proved that he's a bad boy. Luka averaged 35.7 points, 8 rebounds, and 10 assists in the 7-game series, in which he was clearly the best player, even though he shared the court with Kawhi and PG. Some of the other stars that played fantastically but still lost in the first round include Damian Lillard, who averaged 34 points and 10 assists against Denver, Ja Morant, who averaged 30 and 8 in his first playoff appearance, and Jason Tatum, who averaged 30 against Brooklyn with a 50-point smackdown in Game 3. Number 4, Kevin Durant. In a Space Jam scenario where evil aliens attacked the Earth and we needed a single basketball player to save the world, I'd pick Kevin Durant to get buckets for us and to make a trip to Mars a luxury, not a necessity. Why? Because I think KD is the best basketball player in the world right now. He was certainly the best back in 2019 when he tortured every defender that unsuccessfully tried to guard him. But then, an unfortunate Achilles injury robbed him of his 3rd NBA title, and then a full season of basketball after that, and it was a question of how good will he be when he came back. And the answer to that question is pretty damn good. Easy Money Sniper averaged 32 points in the first round series against the Celtics, which he played with both Kyrie and James Harden by his side. In the second round, he and the Nets lost both Kyrie and Harden due to injury, which meant they could rely only on KD to save their world. And this basketball genius nearly pulled it off. In Game 5, KD scored 49 on 16 of 23 shooting with 17 rebounds and 10 assists, playing basketball as well as anybody has ever played it and giving Brooklyn a 3-2 lead. The Bucks tied the series in the 6th, which gave birth to some more Durant heroics in the 7th. KD was again nearing the 50-point mark, and for a split second, it seemed like he had done the impossible and scored a game winner that would send Brooklyn to the conference finals. But because of his big-ass foot, he stepped on the 3-point line, which sent the game to overtime, where the rest of the Nets ultimately lost. Honorable mention for the guys that lost in the second round of the playoffs includes the MVP.
A video editor for all creators.
What you doing there?
Who are you?
MVP, Nikola Jokic.
Alright, bro. All these trades going on right now, bro. I gotta talk about these trades are biased. Alright, we'll start with PJ Tucker to the Heat. PJ Tucker to the Heat. PJ Tucker to the Heat, bro. You just won a ring. Why would you want to do with the Bucks? Come on, man. I don't know what PJ Tucker doing. Kyle Lowry to the Heat. Lonzo to the Bulls. To what? Howard is going back to the Lakers. Dwight Howard. Wow. These trades are actually crazy. And now Kawhi is a free agent. He can go anywhere. He can go to the Nets. Kyrie, James Harden, Kawhi, Kevin Durant, Blake Griffin, DeAndre Ayton. If that happened, the Nets is definitely winning in 2022. Bro, I don't even know what the NBA. Everybody know darn well on 2K22. 2K22 playing them online matches for the be Nets versus Lakers every time. You know. Yeah. But I wonder who's gonna win the 22 chip. Caruso got traded to the. I want to talk about Caruso. Caruso got traded to the Bulls with Zach LaVine and Lonzo. That's crazy. I was like, "Ooh, it's crazy." I don't even know what to say for that, but wow. All right, finish the video.
Who played fantastically without Jamal
Sorry for the lag. It's on the
30
PC.
points,
I'll be
12
back on
rebounds,
regular
and
in a
5
week.
assists in 10 playoff games. And we can't forget Donovan Mitchell either. Spider averaged 32 points, 5.5 assists, and 4 rebounds in 2 series against the Grizzlies and the Clippers. Number 3, TRAE Young. These were the first career playoffs for TRAE Young, but he did not disappoint.
Nope.
Far from it, actually. The Knicks fans were booing him, mocked his hairline, and cussed him out, but he remained Ice TRAE and shut them all up.
Yep. 4-1. Easy.
In the first round of the playoffs. Against all odds, he did the same against the 76ers in the second round, fighting off defenders much bigger than him, putting them on skates and splashing deep threes in their face. He opened the conference finals against the Bucks with 48 points and 11 assists, and was the creator of 80 of Atlanta's 108 points, proving that he belongs to the highest echelon of NBA players. After that game, the Bucks threw everything in the kitchen sink to contain Young and force somebody else to beat them. Holiday, Middleton, and Giannis all guarded TRAE for the rest of the series, and the 6'1" point guard was forced to give up the ball. Even though the Bucks ultimately overpowered his Hawks, TRAE Young can walk with his head held up high. TRAE averaged 29 points and 9.5 assists in the playoffs and played the role of a villain to perfection. Honorable mention from the other conference finals has to go to Paul George, who stepped up hugely after Kawhi.
Dude, what is you talking about? Paul George. He choked. He's a choker. This dude literally missed some game-winning shots. All this dude was breaking. This dude was pandemic P in 2021 playoffs. What is you talking about? What are you talking about? What you talking about? Dude, this dude got most of his points on free throws, bro. What is this dude talking about? I mean, he kind of stepped up with Kawhi. He when Kawhi got injured, but this he don't make no sense. What? Paul George? Top players? It's just the irony, man. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't know.
Kawhi went down, and who finally shook off all the nicknames from last year and showed that playoff P was still alive. George averaged 27 points, 10 rebounds, and 5.5 assists in 19 playoff games. Number 2, Devin Booker. Chris Paul is called the point guard for a reason. CP3 was the most important player on the 2021 Suns, the guy who led them to their first playoffs in 10 years and their first finals since Barkley in 1993. But as spectacular as Chris Paul was with his impeccable playmaking and mid-range extravaganza, CP was not the best Phoenix player in the 2021 playoffs. Paul was the mastermind who controlled the tempo and the beat of the Suns, but the best player on a team that got 2 wins away from winning Larry O'Brien was Devin Booker. It was Book's first appearance in the playoffs, and he played so well that he even drew some comparisons to Kobe Bryant. Mainly,
no. Oh, bro. I don't want y'all trolls ever saying Devin Booker compared to prime Kobe. Ever. I'm not trying to be racist. I'm not. He's a great player, okay? He's not Kobe. He's not Kobe at all. He's not Kobe. He's not Kobe.
because of a plethora of contested jumpers he was making. When Chris Paul was nursing an injured shoulder in the first round against the Lakers, Booker took over, averaging 30 points and 5 assists per game, hitting 44% of his threes, and making a LeBron-led team look helpless and hopeless. Book scored 47 in Game 6 to secure the win and lead the Suns to the second round. He averaged 25 points in the sweep of the Nuggets, and then he opened the Western Conference Finals with a 40-point triple-double against the Clippers. He averaged 25 points in that series as well, leading the Suns in scoring, but he saved the best for last.
I mean, he was
in
good,
the NBA
Finals,
Book was relentless with 3 40-point games, even though Chris Middleton, Giannis, and company played extremely tough defense on him. With 5 40-point performances and 27.3 points on average, Booker led the Suns in scoring, also breaking a 54-year-old record for most points in a first playoff appearance. Number 1, Giannis Antetokounmpo. There were plenty.
Yeah. Giannis probably was the best player because he got his ring, and James Harden didn't talk about him no more.
Who are you?
Plenty of naysayers and negative narratives about Giannis Antetokounmpo. He is not a complete player. He'll never win a title without a jump shot. He's not clutch. He'll lose in the playoffs like he always does. However, when it counted the most, Giannis took over and completely dominated on the way to the championship and the Finals MVP trophy. His 50-piece in the deciding 6th game of the NBA Finals was only the 7th 50-point performance in Finals history, and a game in which Giannis cemented his legacy and proved that he's a true superstar and a true winner. After the opposing crowds mockingly counted to 10 each time he went to the free throw line, the Greek Freak sank a career-high 17 out of 19 freebies in Game 6, proving that he's indeed clutch and shutting everybody up. His finals averages of 35 points, 13 rebounds, 5 assists, and nearly 2 blocks are numbers we haven't seen since prime Shaq. And Giannis proved that he's the modern-day incarnation of the Big Diesel. Maybe he'll never have a pretty jumper or aesthetically pleasing dribble, but he doesn't have to. Giannis plays bully ball like he's supposed to, because he's the most physically gifted player on the planet. He combines a unique blend of explosiveness, strength, speed, and great body control as we have never seen before in a man of his stature. His uncanny ability to shake off his defender with a freakishly long and quick first step is what makes an enormous difference. And that's why 2 or 3 opposing players often guard him, and why coaches are always trying to build a wall to prevent Giannis's drive to the basket. But unlike recent years where he would crash into the wall with full speed, Giannis learned from his mistakes, grew more patient, and started shifting gears when he attacked the rim. He also improved his post game, not only in terms of scoring, but also as a passer, averaging over 5 assists in the playoffs. Antetokounmpo was also by far the best two-way player in these playoffs. In the first round, Giannis suffocated Jimmy Butler, guarding him the whole series and keeping him under 30% shooting. He also guarded centers when needed, and he had no problem switching to Chris Paul in the finals. Giannis's clutch block in the finals against Ayton was the prime example of his fast switch athleticism, insane length, and burning desire to win. And that's why many compared it to LeBron's 2016 block on Iguodala.
Kind of, but no.
Giannis did everything, and that also includes realizing his weaknesses and moving out of the way so that Chris Middleton can shine when Milwaukee needed to make a jump shot. Even though his numbers were up and down throughout the playoffs, where he'd often play like prime MJ in one game and then disappear in the other, Middleton also played the best playoffs of his career and was a huge part of Milwaukee's success on both ends of the court. He opened the playoffs with the game winner against the Heat and came through against Atlanta when Giannis went down with a knee injury. Throughout the playoffs, he averaged 24 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists, and he was by far the most efficient playoff scorer in the clutch. In the finals, he made 75% of his shots when the game was on the line, finally proving that Milwaukee was right when they gave him a max contract.
Alright, man. Make sure to subscribe, like, comment, share, hit the notification bell, man. Alright, another reaction. We're finna react to the 5 worst players of the 2021 playoffs. Might as well react to that now. I don't care. All right, might as well react to now. It's gonna be 2 reactions in 1. Okay. So they ain't ending the video. I don't feel like making 2 videos right now. Okay. This video was a week ago. 5 worst players of the 5 worst players of the 2021 playoffs. Let's get to it.
Huh.
Cause I
video editor
now
for
list he
all
had is kind of
players.
rigged because kind of rigged.
What you doing there?
Kind of laggy. Okay.
NBA playoffs reveal the truth about teams and players and expose their weaknesses much more than the
Bro, I'm tired of this lag. All right, let's go.
regular season. In this video, we're going to talk about the 2021 playoff letdowns and players of whom we expected the world but received a fiasco. Here are the 5 worst performers of the 2021 NBA playoffs. Number 5, Tyler HERRO. Tyler HERRO was the unexpected hero of last year's Miami Finals run. As a 20-year-old baby-faced rookie, HERRO played.
Yeah, this dude went from going to the finals against swept in the first round. That's tough.
Basketball like a 10-year-old NBA veteran and was one of the biggest reasons Miami made it to the NBA Finals. He made timely plays, rarely turned the ball over, and made one clutch shot after another. Tyler averaged 16 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2.3 threes on 38% shooting from deep. He wasn't afraid of the moment, which was best shown by this Mamba-esque look on his face. This year, we expected him to get better and maybe even get in the All-Star conversation, but it never happened. Instead, his numbers stayed roughly the same and his shooting efficiency dropped, and there were reports from the Heat organization that they are unhappy with his celebrity lifestyle. HERRO became a known name and a hot commodity in 2020, and it seems he decided to gain full advantage of that outside the court and not on it. His numbers in the 2021 playoffs regressed across the board, and Tyler averaged just 9.3 points.
9? You went from averaging almost 20 to 9? Woo!
It's 3 rebounds and 1.8 assists, with a miserable 31% shooting from the field and behind the 3-point line. Pat Riley was listening to Bonnie Tyler throughout the playoffs, holding out for a HERRO to the end of the night, but HERRO never showed up. Number 4, Kyle KUZMA.
Yes! Kyle KUZMA on here. Let's go. A disappointment. Finally, this dude is on the Wizards. Finally, he got traded. He don't deserve to be on that Lakers team no more, boy. He don't deserve it.
Kyle KUZMA got selected with the 27th overall pick, and for a while, he looked like the biggest steal of the 2017 NBA draft. He was scoring in bunches. He was efficient, and everybody thought he would be an all-star in no time. However, that leap never happened. While there are still games where he looks like the next coming of KD, those games occur sporadically, and he barely improved from his rookie season. Sure, his defensive IQ progressed, but Kuz is still an average defender at best. He passes the ball more, but he's still turning it over as much as he has assists. However, the Lakers don't need KUZMA to be a defensive stopper and a primary ball handler. They need him to do what he does best, and that's scoring. And that's where he let his team down in both the 2020 and 2021 NBA playoffs. Kuz shot 31% for 3 in the bubble last season, averaging 10 points in 23 minutes on the floor. But the Lakers won the title, and Kuzma secured himself a $13 million per year contract, which he never justified. In the first round playoff loss against the Suns this year, Kuz averaged just 6.3 points per game on a horrendous 29% shooting and 17% for 3. He's still a young player with potential, but the Lakers are a team with championship aspirations, and there's a high chance that Kyle Kuzma plays for another franchise in 2022. Number 3, Julius Randle.
He got ring though.
The best moment of the playoffs for Julius Randle was when his 4-year-old son, Caden, handed him the trophy for the most improved player. It was well-deserved. Randle improved in every statistical category, became an all-star, and played like a superstar for most of the year. He averaged 24, 10, and 6, with 41% shooting for 3 in the regular season, unexpectedly carrying the Knicks to their first playoff berth in 8 years. Knicks fans who lived in basketball misery for the majority of the last 2 decades finally had something to be hopeful about and some talent to cheer for, which was well represented by Stephen A. Smith in his giddiest form. Unfortunately for them, Randle reverted to his old self, like Tony Stark without his suit, and was unable to sustain those all-star numbers in the playoffs. In a tightly contested first-round series against Atlanta, Randle's shot disappeared when the Knicks needed him the most. Julius averaged 18 points on horrible 29% shooting from the field and 33% for three. He took 19 shots per game, which are superstar attempts, but he only made 6 on average. You can't get far with 6 for 19 shooting for the series from your best player. And the Knicks fans had to swallow another bitter pill. Number 2, KRISTAPS Porzingis.
Yeah,
In the modern
disappointment.
NBA, predicated on three-point shooting, plenty of big men can now defend the rim and shoot the deep ball. In 2017, there was only one such guy, and that's why Kevin Durant called him the unicorn. KRISTAPS Porzingis was a 7'3" center who was mobile enough to contain guys on the perimeter and funnel them to the rim. And if they dared to score at the basket, more often than not, it would be swatted in the third row by the lanky Latvian wonderkid. On the other end, KRISTAPS was shooting 40% from three, and he was the number one option on offense. The ceiling was the roof for this guy, as Michael Jordan likes to say, and that's why it's so disappointing to see KP struggle. Even in the bubble last year, he had a solid playoff series after an ACL injury. Porzingis averaged 24 points and 9 rebounds per game with insanely efficient shooting splits. In the 2021 playoffs, Porzingis was out of place both offensively and defensively. He failed to provide enough support to LUKA DONCIĆ and was the main guy to blame for the Mavericks' loss in the first round. He shot below 30% for three, good enough for 13 points and 5 rebounds per game. KP fluctuated from mediocre to bad and then to invisible, and for half the series, he just kept watching Luka's one-man show, unable to contribute. Defensively, KP became a liability, and Clippers went through him like a knife through hot butter. He showed too little for a man who's paid $30 million per year, and if he doesn't return to his old form, Porzingis could easily be the most overpaid player in the NBA next year. Number 1. Ben Simmons.
Yep.
We're not going to make another brick joke here, partly because they are unoriginal and partly because we still believe Ben Simmons is a very good player. However, that doesn't mean he doesn't deserve the number 1 spot on this list, because
You deserve it.
Ben
Yep.
Simmons was flat out awful in the 2021 NBA playoffs. Visible
Awful.
both by the naked eye and the stats. 2021 was the best all-around year of his career, but his scoring performance was pushed even further into the background under Doc Rivers, and Simmons' inability to make any kind of scoring impact got exposed in the playoffs. He averaged a triple single in the playoff loss against Atlanta, attempting just 6 shots per game, 3 of which came in the fourth quarter. And not 3 on average, we're talking about 3 shots in total. In all fourth quarters of the 7-game series, Ben also averaged 34% from the free throw line, which is unacceptable for an NBA player, especially a point guard. I make YouTube videos for a living. I'm not particularly tall or good at basketball, but I feel that even I could make 4 out of 10 free throws, and it's mind-boggling to me that Ben Simmons cannot. Inability to make freebies made Simmons shy away from contact and lose his confidence and aggressiveness when driving to the basket, and that's where his bread and butter is as a scorer. This was best shown when he passed on a wide-open dunk to dish the ball to a heavily covered teammate, which was the turning point of the game and the series. Ben Simmons is the worst shooter in the NBA, and he has been for years now. He shoots with the wrong hand, and he makes Shaq look good when he steps to the free throw line. If he doesn't want to be on this list again next year, this needs to improve, and we wish him luck.
Wow. All right, man. Make sure to subscribe, like, comment, share, hit the notification bell, and I'm out.